What are the different types of relations we discussed in the previous period? Yes, can you tell me what are the types of relations we discussed? Can you hear me?
Yes,
Empty
ma'am.
relation.
Empty relation. Then
Universal.
universal relation. Hmm.
Reflexive relation.
Reflexive.
Symmetric.
Ashwin. Ashwin. Symmetric. Then the next type. Ashwin.
Ma'am,
Ah. What are the types of relation?
next one is a transitive, right?
Transitive relation. Okay, if a relation is reflexive, symmetric, and transitive, we call that as an equivalence relation. We call such a relation as equivalence relation. Okay, if a relation is reflexive, symmetric, and transitive. Okay, okay. So look at your relations and functions. Okay, mark all the definitions in your textbook. Mark all the definitions that you given in textbook. Types of relation. Types of relation. Look at, okay, types of relation. Here what is given? A relation R in a set is said to be empty relation if no element of A is related to any element of A. That is, the relation is empty. And a relation is said to be a universal relation if each element of A is related to itself, that is R is equal to A cross A. The relation will be same as the whole set. If you take, instead of taking the relation from A to B, if you take the relation from A cross to A, R will be same as A cross A. Okay, so go through the examples given there, children. The first example is, you consider the set of all students in a students of a boys school. R be a relation given here. R is the relation. Look at the relation given here. R is set of all ordered pair AB, where A is a sister of B. A is the set of all students in a boys school. Okay, in that example, look at the example given there in your textbook. A is set of all students in a boys' school, and what is the relation given here? You take two students, and A is the sister of B. Is it possible?
No, ma'am.
No. So it
In
is
boys'
a
school, only boys.
boys are there. Okay, so if it is a brother, there is a chance, isn't it? But here it is given the relation is sister. Therefore, it is impossible. Therefore, it is an empty relation. Now look at the next example given there. Next example. Let Okay, look at the next one. Example 2 is before that one, universal relation. Okay, and look at R dash. R dash is given as the height between the difference between the heights of A and B is less than 3 meters. What is meant by 3 meter? 1 meter is 100
100
centimeter,
centimeter.
isn't it? So if you take two students in a school and if you find their height difference, surely it will be less than 3 meters. Is or no? Will it be less than 300 meters? What is your height? What is your height, Ashwin?
5'9" or something.
That means if in centimeters,
186.
186.
Don't know, ma'am. Don't know.
Okay. Okay, usually, okay, if it is 180 centimeter means around it is 6 feet. 180 centimeter means it is 6 feet.
176.
176. And we are actually, I have not seen you, so I don't know. Okay, I accept it, 176 centimeter. So if you take any two persons, what about the difference between their height? Will it be 3 meters? Will it be 1 meter? 100 centimeter and all means look at the height. Is it possible? No. So surely, okay. Here look at the relation given here. If you take any two persons, okay, A and B, The difference between the height is less than 3 meters. Surely it is true, isn't it? If you take any two elements, it is possible. So here it is an universal relation. Now, underline the definition given in your textbook. Underline the definitions. Mark all the definitions. Mark the definitions with your marker. Okay? A relation R is said to be reflexive if A, A belongs to R for every A in A. For every element in A, if the element is related to itself, it is called reflexive. Symmetric, A1, A2. A1, A2 belongs to R implies A2, A1 belongs to R. And transitive, A1, A2 belongs to R, A2, A3 belongs to R, then A1, A3 belongs to R. A1, A2 belongs to R, A2, A3 belongs to R, then A1, A3 belongs to R. Instead of AB, BC, here they are using the notations A1, A2, A3. Then next is the definition of equivalence relation. Equivalence relation. A relation R is said to be an equivalence relation. A relation R is said to be an equivalence relation if R is reflexive, symmetric and transitive. A relation R is said to be an equivalence relation if it is reflexive, symmetric and transitive. Note down children, example 2, example 3, example 4 is homework. Example 2, example 3, example 4 is homework, in which example 3, the lines question is a very, very important question. Mark it. Example 3 is very important. Example 2, example 3 and example 4 are homework questions. And example 3 is very important. Similar questions are there in exercise. We are going to start with the...
Ma'am,
yes.
homework we should do with our notes or keep in separate notes like last
You have
year.
to keep it, write it in separate. Usually what you will do? Last year and all what you did? You can write it along with the... or whether you used to keep the separate file. So do one thing, write it separate and keep it. Okay, daily homeworks, note down it, write the date, write the question and answer. Don't simply write the answer. Write it separate. Homeworks, write it separate. Okay? So example questions, do mark it because some example questions are repeated board exam question, among which the third one is an important question. Okay, now let's do the start with the exercise questions. Write the question. Consider the relation greater than. Consider the relation greater than on the set of all real numbers. On the set of all real numbers. Consider the relation greater than on the set of all real numbers. Consider the relation greater than on the set of all real numbers. Check whether the relation is reflexive, symmetric and transitive. Check whether the relation is reflexive, symmetric or transitive.
Reflexive,
symmetric and transitive. Check whether the relation is reflexive, symmetric and transitive. Okay, here the set A is set of all real numbers. And what about the relation given here? Set of relation is given as ordered pair A, B, where A is greater than B. The relation is given as greater than. Greater than is the relation. So if you write in Set builder form. R is equal to set of all ordered pair AB, where A is greater than B, where A and B are real numbers. Okay, instead of the set A, instead of a finite set, here we are given an infinite set. We know that real numbers means it includes all the positive integers, negative numbers, decimals, rationals, irrationals, and all is there. We have to check, is it reflexive, symmetric, or transitive. Okay, to prove, listen children, to prove it is reflexive and all, we have to give the general proof. We have to generalize it and we have to give. Suppose it is not satisfying. In that case, if you give an example showing that it is not satisfying, it is enough. If the relation is not satisfying, means you give an example for which example the relation is failing. Okay? If the relation fails means you give an example. If it is satisfied means we can give the generalized proof. When we do one or two or three questions, your idea will be clear. Okay. Now look at this question. The relation is given as set of all ordered pair AB, where A is greater than B, where A and B are real numbers. I am going to check, is it reflexive or not? Will it be reflexive, children? Will it be reflexive? Whether 1 is greater than 1. Is it correct? 1 greater than 1. Is it true? You
No.
can take any number. It's not 1. We can take any number. 11 is greater than 1. A number is greater than itself. Is it true? Yes.
No.
No, it is false. Isn't it? 11 is greater than 11 is false. Surely. Okay. So here we are giving one example. You can give any number. So 11 is greater than 11 is false. Therefore, it is not reflexive. It is not reflexive. Is it clear? Is it okay? Now look at the second case. Symmetric. Will it be symmetric? You take two real numbers and check whether it is satisfying or not. Symmetric. If it is true, we can generalize it. Symmetric. For example, 4 is greater than 3. So therefore, whether 3 will be greater than 4. Is it true? So A is related to B means we should have B related to A. So 4 is greater than 3. But 3 greater than 4, is it true?
No.
No, this is also false, isn't it? So, A comma B belongs to R implies B comma A does not belongs to R. It is not in R. Therefore, it is not symmetric. It is not symmetric. Is it okay? For proving it is not. Okay, it is not satisfied. You give an example. It is not 4 and 3. You can set your own example. You can take some numbers and you can write. It is not true. Now take the third one. Is it transitive? Is it transitive? You take some example and check it. Will it be satisfying? 5. Or you take 50 or 500. 500 is greater than 50. So next number you should start with 50. 50 is greater than minus 1. Okay, and we are taking some numbers, some real numbers you take and check. Will it be true? Therefore, whether 500 is greater than minus 1. Is it true for all the numbers? Check it. $500 is greater than 50. 50 is greater than minus 1. Therefore, whether 500 is greater than minus 1.
Yes, ma'am.
Yes. Isn't it here? It is satisfying. It will be satisfied by all the real numbers. It is satisfied by all the real numbers. So, in this case, what you have to do? You have to generalize it and you have to write A is greater than B. Okay. Suppose A comma B belongs to R. Suppose A comma B belongs to R and B comma C belongs to R. What do you have to prove? What we have to prove? AC belongs to R. We have to prove AC belongs to R. So you start with A comma B belongs to R. AB is in the relation implies A is greater than B. B comma C belongs to R implies B is greater than C. Now when you compare this, A greater than B greater than C, that is surely A is greater than C. Therefore what we can say? A comma C belongs to R. Therefore it is transitive. Therefore the relation is transitive. So it is neither reflexive nor symmetric, but it is transitive. It is neither reflexive nor symmetric, but it is transitive. Is it okay? Is it okay, children? So for proving it is not satisfied, okay, it is not satisfied means you can give an example, you can give a counter example. Counter example means you can set your own example and you can say this condition is not satisfied by this number. Therefore, this condition is not reflexive, this relation is not symmetric, like that. If it is satisfied, you write the generalized proof. That means like this. You take this, okay, you have to give the proof like this. If it is not satisfied, give an example. Is it okay, children? How to prove the relation is reflexive, symmetric, and transitive? Is it clear? Is it okay? Write the next one.
Yes, ma'am.
Write the next one. Show that the relation capital R. Show that the relation capital R in the set of all real numbers. Show that the relation capital R in the set of all real numbers defined as capital R is equal to set of all ordered pair AB where A less than or equal to B square. Where
Ma'am,
A, yes,
show that the relation
capital R in the set of all real numbers. In the set of all real numbers defined as capital R is equal to set of all ordered pair AB where A less than or equal to B square. Where A less than or equal to B square is neither reflexive nor symmetric nor transitive. Show that this relation is neither reflexive nor symmetric nor transitive. We have to prove this is neither reflexive nor symmetric nor transitive. Okay, look at the relation. What is the relation given here? A comma B is in the relation means first element is less than or equal to square of the second element. First element is less than or equal to square of the second element. We have to prove it is neither reflexive nor symmetric nor transitive. So we start with the first one to check whether it is reflexive or not. Will it be reflexive? Rijas, will it be reflexive? Find it out. You can assign some real numbers and check whether it is reflexive, whether an element is less than or equal to itself.
It's not reflexive.
It's not reflexive. Can you give an example?
2
2.
less than or equal to
Hmm.
4 is not
Okay, whether 2 is less than or equal to 2 square. 2 is less than or equal to 2 square.
no ma'am.
2 is less than or equal to 4. 2 is less than or equal to 4. Is it true or false? Nandana, 2 is less than or equal to 2 square. Is it true? Is it satisfying or not?
Yes, ma'am. 2 is less than 4.
Is it true for all real numbers? Yeah, now this is true for positive numbers, isn't it? Now you take negative numbers. We are taking these two are positive numbers. You take the next set negative numbers. Real numbers means we know positive numbers are there, negatives are there, decimals are there. Now you take negative number and check. So for positive number it is true. Now you take the next set and check negative numbers. Minus 3 is less than or equal to minus 3 the whole square. Will it be true? Krishna Chandran, is it true? What is minus 3 the whole square? What is minus 3 the whole square?
No.
Hmm.
9.
9. So minus 3 is less than or equal to 9. Is it true or not?
9.
Is it true or not?
True.
True. Okay. So can we say it is reflexive?
True.
Is it reflexive? Is it reflexive? Atul, will it be reflexive, Atul?
Yes.
Punya?
Yes.
Yes,
Yes,
I guess,
ma'am.
ma'am. Yes.
Yes. Now, okay, so you take you take a number between 0 to 1. You take a number between 0 to 1 and check, will it be true? Okay, in all the cases, you have to consider the numbers between 0 to 1 as a special case and you have to check that one. Okay, you take a number between 0 to 1. 0 to 1, can you give one number? Achud,
Ma'am, 0 to 10,
0 to 1, 1.
0
Take one number between 0 and 1.
0.5,
0.5.
0.5.
0.5. And check whether it is satisfying. 0.5 is less than 0.5 the whole square. Is it true, Punya?
No, ma'am.
No, isn't it? Okay, so 0.5 is less than 0.25 is false. So it is not satisfied by all the numbers. Okay, although it is satisfied by positive numbers, greater than 1 will satisfy, less than 1 also will, less than negative 1 and all will satisfy. But if you take the numbers between 0 to 1, okay, Shivani, what is 0.5 the whole square? What is 0.5 the whole square?
0.25.
0.25. Okay, the value will be getting decreased when you square it, when you cube it. The value will be going on decreasing. So it is false, therefore it is not reflexive. It is not reflexive. So, is it clear? Now take the next one case, symmetric. Whether the relation will be symmetric. Is it symmetric? Will it be symmetric? Symmetric means what you have to take? What is the relation you have to check? If A comma B belongs to R, then B comma A also should belongs to R, isn't it? If it is satisfied, then it is symmetric. You check whether it is satisfied. If not, you give an example. If it is not satisfying means you can give an example. You take two real numbers and check. Is it symmetric, children? Nandana, is it symmetric? You take some numbers and check.
Can you show again now? Good.
Will it be symmetric? Ashwin. Will it be symmetric, Ashwin? Gayatri. Gayatri, is it symmetric?
Doing.
You take any number and check it, children. You take two real numbers. Can you give two real numbers? You take two real numbers. Or you take some two positive integers and check. Is it satisfying? Will it be satisfied, Gauri? Gauri? Huh? No. Which are the numbers you took? Which numbers you took? 2, 4. 2 and 4, isn't it? 2 is less than or equal to 4 square. So 4 is less than or equal to 2 square. So 2 is less than or equal to 16 is correct, is true. So 4 is less than or equal to 4 is also, here it is satisfying, it is true, isn't it? It is equal to is there. You take some other number. Suppose I take 2 and 9, or you take 3. 2 is less than or equal to 9 square, is it correct? Whether 9 will be less than or equal to 2 square? Whether 9 is less than or equal to 2 square?
No, ma'am.
No. Okay, you take one number is smaller, the other one is bigger, and you can check. 2 is less than or equal to 9 square, but 9 is less than or equal to 2 square is not true. Therefore, it is not symmetric. Okay, this type of questions and all we can't by heart. Okay, by applying the real numbers. If we know the real numbers, okay, apply the properties and we have to check. Is it okay, Aryan?
Yes, ma'am.
So it is symmetric, it is not reflexive, it is not symmetric. Will it be transitive? Will it be transitive? So again you take the next numbers, okay, to check whether it is transitive or not. Third one we are going to check. Transitive means what is the condition we need? A less than or equal to B square, B less than or equal to C square means we have to prove A is less than or equal to C square, isn't it? If A is less than or equal to B square, B is less than or equal to C square, then A is less than or equal to C square. Look at the question. What is the question given? Can you read the question, Michael? Read the question. Read the question, Michael.
Show that relation R is equal to A comma B by A. A is
A is less than B square. A is less than B square.
A comma B.
Hmm.
A is less than B squared is neither reflexive, symmetric, or transitive.
Is neither reflexive nor symmetric nor transitive. Isn't it? That means you have to prove it is not transitive. Okay, if it is not transitive means we have to give an example. We have to give one example which is not satisfying. If you give one example which is not satisfying this rule, then it is okay. So can you find some numbers satisfying? If you take all the three numbers in biggest order, it will satisfy. Instead of that, here you have to use one is big, middle one should be bigger one, and the first and last one should be smaller one. A and C should be smaller than B. Then you will get the answer. You have to select the numbers like that. See, look at this number 2 comma minus 2. Whether it belongs to R, 2 is less than or equal to minus 2 the whole square. Is it true?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes. Minus 2 comma 1, is it true? Okay, I am starting with this minus. Okay, with what is the number I am writing here? With that number only you have to start. Minus 2 is less than or equal to 1 square. Is it correct?
Yes.
Yes. But what about 2 and 1? So whether
No.
2 is less than or equal to 1 square?
No.
No. Is false. Okay. So here A comma B belongs to R, B comma C belongs to R, but A comma C does not belongs to R. Therefore, it is not transitive. Okay, it is not transitive. Therefore, it is not transitive. Shivani, feeling sleepy, huh? This many days, huh?
No, no.
No. Okay, so here we are using the relation A less than or equal to B square. A less than or equal to B square. It is neither reflexive nor symmetric nor transitive. Okay, this relation is not reflexive, not symmetric, not transitive. Is it clear? Is it okay? Gauri? Laurin? Is it okay, Laurin? Are you able to follow this?
Yes, ma'am.
Dia?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Okay, now take your textbook. Take the textbook. Note down the homework questions in exercise questions. Exercise 1.1. In exercise 1.1, look at the second question, fourth question, second one, fourth one, fifth one, similar questions. 2, 4, 5 are homework questions. Show that in the set of relations, A less than or equal to B square is neither reflexive nor symmetric. Second one, fourth one, fifth one are homework questions. Okay, now we defined. Okay, the same similar question it is given there. A is less than or equal to B square. In fourth one, the relation is A less than or equal to B. Third one, it is A less than or equal to B cube. Okay, you can set them, take some numbers and you have to check, is it satisfying or not. If it is not, you can give some examples. Now let us start with the first question in the exercise. Look at the first question in the exercise. Exercise 1.1. Read the question. Determine whether which of the following relations are reflexive, symmetric and transitive. So in the first one, all the first four subdivisions are important 1 mark questions. First four subdivisions are important 1 mark questions. This type of questions you can expect for 1 mark questions from relations. Okay. Now we can do the first one. Some relations are given. You have to check whether it is reflexive, symmetric and transitive. Read the first one. A relation R in the set A is 1, 2, 3, etc. to 14 is defined as Set of all ordered pair xy where 3x minus y is equal to 0. So what is the relation given here? What is A is given as set of all elements. A is the set of set 1, 2, 3 up to 14. And what is the relation given here? R is equal to set of all ordered pair xy where 3x minus y is equal to 0. Now listen here children. 3x minus y is 0. That means, is it possible to write y is equal to 3x? Y is equal to 3x. Second element is okay, you have to multiply the first element by 3 and you have to write. So what are the elements you will get in R? Suppose I take 1. X is 1 means y will be 3. Suppose x is 2, y will be 6. Suppose x is 3, it is 9. If you take x is 4, it is 12. If you take x is 5, it is not possible. If you take x is 5, it will become 50. It will exceed. Only these 4 elements are there. Is it reflexive? 1 comma 1 is not there. Therefore, it is not reflexive. Isn't it? Is it symmetric? 1, 3 is in R, but 3 comma 1 does not belongs to R. Therefore, it is not symmetric. Is it transitive? 1, 3 belongs to R. 3, 9 belongs to R. Whether 1, 9 belongs to R? Therefore, it is not transitive. Therefore, it is not transitive. So, this relation is neither reflexive, not symmetric, not transitive. Okay?
Ma'am,
Yes.
I did not complete. Ma'am.
Okay, here it is neither reflexive. Write it fast again. Achut. So here it is neither reflexive, nor symmetric, nor transitive. Okay, you can give your own example. No need to copy ditto the same. Okay, you can try your examples. You can give some examples there. The set is from 1 to 12. Okay, so in the tomorrow's class, go through all such examples, do the homeworks, learn the definitions and come. Okay? Okay, children. Thank you.
Thank you.